every day I go on Twitter and people are like, where's the Thor Love and Thunder trailer? Where's the Thor? You haven't given us the Thor Love and Thunder trailer. Here's my question to all of you. Is it going to change your mind?
Yes.
Are you going to watch the trailer and go, ooh, now I'm going to go see it? No, you were always going to go see it, or you were never going to go see it. There was nobody who's on the fence, and I'm like, I bet that trailer's going to be the thing to push me over the edge. No, you're just looking to see something, to spoil something for yourself.
Exactly.
Why?
And just to bitch about it, that's all.
Oh,
I got nothing to bitch about. I'm sure
that
done here.
Marvel, they're generally good. Like, there's some stuff, but for the most part, like, you know, like Ms. Marvel, oh my God, a Brown is the hero. You can't have that.
A Brown.
Well, I saw people going nuts, and I saw people going nuts, and then about that and about Turning Red, the Pixar movie.
Oh yeah, I don't know what's the problem. That movie kicked ass.
It was
that
really
movie
good.
Was absolutely. I honestly think that was one of the best movies I've seen in a long time.
It was.
I loved it.
It was so good. And then some guy was like, "Oh, it's just this period allegory." He's like, "I can't like relate to this character and blah blah blah." I'm like,
no one's asking you to.
Yeah, here's the thing: you don't have to relate to a character to enjoy a movie. I don't relate to Iron Man.
I know. Weird. That's like why do you have to relate? Yeah, exactly. Why do you have to relate to this? So what? So this character has to be a middle-aged white man.
Yeah.
That then has her period? Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like
But and that was the thing. And I was sitting there. I'm like, yeah. I was like, she's Asian, she's a girl, and she's Canadian. This guy has nothing to connect himself to.
What would these people be doing if they couldn't do this?
What do you mean?
Like
nonsense?
Yeah, like just go and troll around. I love the wrestling sites because there's always like the same three dudes.
Yeah.
And it's like you're talking about wrestling.
Yeah.
And then somebody said, and then by the time it's at the end, they're screaming at each other over like Russia and Ukraine and like women's rights. And like it's just like, this is what the fuck just happened here.
Yeah. It's like
you have nothing better to fucking do. Maybe these people would read a book or like go out and breathe some air. Maybe meet a woman.
Yeah. It's not always worth it.
Well, unless they walk right in with like a pizza naked.
No, I like the undressing process. Stay clothed, ladies. You get undressed on your
That's
time.
for you. You're not an incel. I'm talking about these incel guys. They don't know. They're not going to take their clothes off because the girl does this too much work.
Because who has the time?
Exactly.
But it's my hope. Like the positive side of me thinks that these are people who would all have been serial killers if they didn't have this outlet. So
great.
So I'm like, okay, go ahead. I know you yell at me every time, and you're right every time if I get caught in a Twitter thing. And once again, it was just some guy.
Oh, fuck. Oh, here we go. Oh, fuck me.
But and you're right. I'm not even going to like.
Sometimes it must be such a dumb comment. You're like, oh my God, I have to. Like your hand is like, you're like, no.
That's the thing. And it's like it's literally like Venom and him having the conversation. You have to tell them they're assholes, and I'm like, no, you don't
want to tell them.
Yeah, and I even make that voice. But no, but like it was just simply like it was one of those things. It was about Rise of Skywalker. And it was like, you noticed that they just shoehorned in her lightsaber at the very end. Like, what was the point other than just sell merchandise? And then a bunch of people were just like, yeah, Star Wars has always been about selling merchandise. And it's like, they didn't make the first movie with intent to sell merchandise. I'm like, no. But
once they were like, we could sell merch.
Yeah. But I was like, George Lucas didn't get exclusive merchandising rights for no reason.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, Kenner ripped him off because they made so much money off him. I'm like, no, he sold the right. He personally granted the rights to the merchandising to Kenner for an agreed upon price. And when it made more money because no toy had ever sold like that, he ended up getting the rights back after the contract had finished. I was like, it went exactly as contracts were. And I was like, but then furthermore, just if we're going to be nitpicky about this lightsaber, you have the main character of an entire trilogy who is a Jedi who has never had her own lightsaber. And
is that Rey?
Yeah, and it was a more or less afterthought to finally give her one at the end. And I was like, so you have this, like, this person, like it or not, is going to be some people's favorite character. and she's been using Luke's, like, you can't even, like, some people want to
the
go
hand-me-down lightsaber.
Yeah, and some people want to go and have, like, I was like, oh, I would like Rey's my favorite character. I want to have her lightsaber. Well, here you go. It's Luke's lightsaber. No, I want Rey's lightsaber. Yeah, Luke's Rey's. That's what happened.